said, you are not on the ground. It is a reporter who is on the ground. But it is your duty as an editor to be able to edit this particular story so that it can be fit for public consumption. But what we look at editing, we don't only look at the grammar in editing, but we also look at other issues such as legal implications of an article and how interesting the story will be to the readers. Because we cannot publish articles that definitely will not be informative and will not be interesting. So it is very difficult task, but we try to definitely cope with the situation. As you know, it's not easy.
What do you love most in the job?
I definitely love editing because I believe it also helped me in one way or the other. I love editing, and then but I must say that I love human interest stories. I like editing human interest stories.
What's the reason behind that?
Well, because they are always interesting. Human interest stories are things that are always very interesting. It is something that a reporter or a journalist uses on initiative to be able to bring out something that will interest the readership. If you look at the tradition in Gambian journalism, sometimes is that people tend to wait for workshop invitations and things like that. For me, I think that makes the work very easy. We tend to do it on that kind of thing. But then, if a reporter get up and go into the field and get a human interest story, untold story, there are a lot of untold stories, positive ones that need to be told, and then who are the people to convey this to the general public? It is the reporters. So that is why me here, I try to encourage reporters as much as possible to definitely venture into human interest stories, because human interest stories are very good. They are not out of taste and stuff like that. I like that. I also like investigative articles because those ones also are very important. And I think all the journalists, especially the new ones coming, should definitely try to build interest in those things. Try and bring out stories that people will not know without you bringing them.
Interesting, as the only female editor in the media house, what is it like? What is the trend like working with male editors?
It is interesting, and also it can be also helpful because, as you know, I'm married and I have a child at home. She's just 1 year and 6 months, and I left her with my mom. So coming to work at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I try my best to complete my work and leave around 6 o'clock. With the help of my colleagues, they carry on with the work until when the production is finished.
You have a lot of support from the male folks?
Yes, I have a lot of support from Asan and Hashas, and most especially my managing director, because he understands me a lot. But I try to make sure that before I leave my office, all my work is done.
The reporters and editors there. Let's now take a look at the work of the layout editors, lithographers and printers. They are the ones behind the beautiful designs of the newspapers we read every day.
Like from the reporters, they submit their stories or articles to the editors, and editors will handle the stories, edit them, then pass them to the layout editors in the newsroom. And here we are in the newsroom. We have the layout editors trying to lay some of the stories that we've given them already. So we have different stories here. First, we have the local and international stories. The international stories, we take stories around Africa, within Africa, and then also stories beyond Africa. That is the world news and African news. We used to lay them in this machine and then print them out on this film. It's called transparent. Like example, we have another story here. This is under the national news column. We have the board of directors. You understand? So this story, give it to the editors. It was edited and now it is submitted for laying. This space you can see here is a space for the new board of directors photo, where we're going to include it there. And we have another story here 4 GAF personnel set for Taiwan studies, and we have many other stories there as well. Then later in the night also we have the major stories that comes out on the front page like this. You understand? So that one we lay them here also later in the evening. That is the stories from State House and stories from National Assembly, the court, the High Court, and other prominent areas of coverage. You understand? They are the major news articles that we put on the paper, and they sell the paper more.
We have 2 ladies here currently doing layout editing, as is it called. Ladies and gentlemen that are watching right now, as you can see, these are the people behind the beautiful designs that we normally see on the newspapers almost on daily basis.
Put in the film, the transparent, that is this film, the transparent paper. So this is what we use to print it out. That's it.
It's printed different from the normal ones we see.
Yes, it is. This one is called the transparent paper. You understand? So this is what we use. Take it down to the lithographic department. They will treat it and then burn it into a plate, what we call a plate. We'll show you a sample of a plate there down in the classroom. Then the plate is what is taken to the printing machine and then finally printed into the A3 size paper, which appears or comes out this way. You understand? So we have these ones also in different rims, which we will show you samples of, you know, all the papers and then how they are printed in the press room. Like I said, here is the press department. We have the printing machine here and the machine used for cutting the papers, that is called the guillotine, and also the lithographers. Okay, hold it. Good. Like I said, this is the lithographic office. Though I am not a lithographer, but at least I have an idea, yeah, exactly, of the work they do. So now here is where they bring the transparent paper, this one. It will be attached to another page that will correspond with this one. Like this is page 8, you understand, for instance. So when you open the newspaper, like this, the first page corresponds with the last page. This is 24 pages paper now. Page 1 corresponds with page 24. Page 2 goes with page 23. So it goes on and on like that. So this page also goes, page 8 also goes with another page here. So the second transparent that we printed, that will go with this, will be brought in here, and then the lithographers will have to join them together, fix them, then make the measurement, the correct measurement. I'll give you a sample of some of the papers that were binded here already. Like this one. That is it. You see this one? It's double pages. So you can see the sellotape that is used in between them to join them together. So page 12 corresponds with 15 here of this particular page. So here now we are. When the measurement is done and then they are binded together, they burn it here into a plate. And this is what we call a plate. This is what we call a plate. You understand? So how do you burn this one? You take that one, attach the plate. Usually it is attached to this one here. You understand? On the plate, and then they burn it. Okay? Yeah, on the machine. Okay? If it is attached, then it will be placed in here. You understand? And then this one will have to be torn. You understand? You open it, you see it goes. There it goes. It goes. You understand? I don't want to use this one here. Just